Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone, and welcome to the Sandbox game live stream. Today is Sunday, and we're having a good time here. It's a special event featuring a special guest. Welcome, Deadmau5. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Just out here cutting a rug.
Hey.
So, folks, if you didn't know, which you shouldn't know because it's a special surprise, we are going to be doing an AMA with Deadmau5 here live inside of Club XYZ. If you're not already in Club XYZ, it is completely free, and we are celebrating the close of Alpha number 1 for the Metaverse. Alex, how you doing today? You're also joining us, of course, as we do.
As you know, occasionally I'm here, sometimes in spirit, if not in person.
Very good. Very good. Folks, if you're watching live with us over on youtube.com, twitch.tv, Theta, DLive, Facebook, or twitter.com/thesandboxgame, you will have a special opportunity during this live stream to receive one of 3 Santa hats. The Santa Wizzy NFT hat that could be used inside the Sandbox game. We already have some folks hanging out, dancing with us. Manglo, Jazzwolf. We're having some fun here tonight. And I am going to jump into some questions for you, Joel. Here, these questions, once again, were sent over from the team. Just some brief questions, and then we're hanging out. We'll have about 30 minutes here with you, chilling, chatting, and we'll get into it right away. All right. So the first question that we have, for those folks who don't know who you are, who are you? What do you do?
Who am I? I'm Joel. I'm a fucking I'm a goat herder out in Campbellville, Ontario. Like I raise goats, and I make electronic music as a hobby.
Pretty good.
I occasionally travel around and share said electronic music with other people who also enjoy electronic music. I think that's fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's with the goats? Is it goat cheese, goat fur, goat milk?
Just goats, just like pets.
Just goat friendship.
Yeah, goat affiliation.
There we
Very
go.
cool. So do you run into that issue where they do they scream? Do they actually scream?
No. Oh, you know what? Okay, so we have a farrier, and you learn so much about all these fancy, weird equestrian terms when you live on a farm. We have a farrier that comes in and goes. You gotta basically you gotta body slam these fucking things, and you wrangle them up so that they can get their hooves out, so they can get their hooves cleaned and manicured. And they sound like it's like a bloody murder scene in the barn when the farrier shows up. But when any other time, it's just normal goat noises. But when they're getting cleaned, they sound like it sounds like a murder. It's crazy. It sounds like it's the worst thing that you could ever do to a goat in accordance to a goat.
Yeah, so that's kind of like shaving down the hoof and getting rid of all the nastiness, right?
Yeah, but you think you're cutting their heads off.
Yeah, right. No, we're clipping your nails. Calm down. Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, that's the weird shit you learn when you move to a farm.
There you go. All right, so the second question that we have for you here today is a pretty simple one. What got you into the entire kind of space, into the crypto space? I know you have some land inside the Sandbox game. You've got a lot of assets in a bunch of different places. So how'd you get started?
Well, I got started by actually a really long time ago. Somebody just kind of introduced me to crypto mining, but that's obviously kind of from more like a weird pseudo financial science standpoint, where they're
Sure.
you can farm for magical internet money is about the surface level objectification I could take out of that, right? And then I'm like, well, then I started asking a few normal person questions, what do you mean magical internet money? Where does it live? How does it exist? Then I learned more about the blockchain and the framework that how that came to be and stuff like that. And what interested me more was not so much the buy low, sell high kind of component to NFTs, which is obviously I think we can all agree is one of the great misconceptions of the big NFT word in especially in the game industry now. It's it's more rampant than ever. It's just immediately your mind goes opposed to, okay, JPEG for $1 million. Right?
Yeah.
What a ripoff. Not that component, I'll be that as it may in some cases, is not really something that really interests me too much as a collector of art. But it does, the framework is kind of what really kind of gets me going, in the fact that we could assign this kind of open provenance to digital assets for both digital creators and digital collectors. So I've really been paying a lot closer attention to that than you know, the fatty Art Basel online scene of swapping GIFs for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. In fact, there's one of our other kind of primary partners, Whale Shark, mentioned something very similar to that recently, where it was like, look, I'm not here for the fast cash, you know, like just make great art, make great work, and
yeah. Well, you know, then there's the whole altruistic standpoint of the, you know, the pure artist that's like, man, I don't do this for money, I do it for love.
Yeah.
But you know, if you look at it from that standpoint, it's just this technology really lends itself to not only being able to do what you love and for, like, obviously whatever monetary value or you know, a magical internet money value you associate to that. It's just that the framework there is that creates a secure provenance and an irrefutable ownership of something, you know. So like I it's funny because I had a friend over tonight and I was explaining it to her, like all about, like, she's just basically came in blind, like, what is blockchain, you know. And I was kind of talking through it, and I've actually found some really interesting points in that like spiel that I had to unload, you know, because it's really hard to talk about crypto and blockchain when you know about it to someone that doesn't, without sounding kind of weird. Right? You know, like it's so I kind of recognize that, and I was like, well, put it this way, you know, you drive a car, right? Like, are you an auto mechanic? So, well, no. You know, well, that's the point. Not everybody needs to be an auto mechanic to appreciate a fun car. You know, some of the world's best Formula One drivers don't know how to build a Formula One car, and even knows how fucking more than 50% of that shit works under the hood. So it's going to be this layer of tech that just kind of sits under Web3, and hopefully, you know, 10 years, 5 years, 20 years down the road, it's going to be this like adopted layer of technology that's just kind of being utilized by these front ends on Web3 that like just become commonplace. Because when you compare it to the monetary system, it's really no different. You know, we write imaginary value on pieces of paper, and you adopt that as cash, as value, as something that's true. Dude, it's a piece of fucking paper.
Right.
You know, so why not just put it on the fucking blockchain? It's literally an abstraction of that same thought process. So you know, take your imaginary money that you think is somehow backed up by what? Gold? Yeah, fucking right. You know, like it's backed by your military, but we'll get there.
Oh man,
Crypto
literally
army.
Let's get
preaching
woke
right now. This guy. It's like everything we talk about every day, right? And
I know, and I'm not tired of having these conversations, as long as you can do so in a sensical way that's kind of fun and interesting, versus being a fucking dickhead about it. You know, well, you don't understand crypto. Bye, normie. Get lost in the sea of the rest of you ignorant plebs that don't know what NFT is.
Right.
But that's new technology for you. You know, remember Homeboy with the brick cell phone? And he's like, oh man, this is the future. And then everyone's like, fuck you, I don't want my conversations floating in the air where everyone can listen to them. Like, well, no, it's perfect. Why don't you get on your fucking landline and tell me all about it? You know, you don't have one.
Perfect. That's perfect. I had whenever I have those conversations with people, what I like to do, or, you know, we'll just say like, okay, you know, you got the Mona Lisa, right?
Dude,
it has a certificate of authenticity. That's what the blockchain is, a certificate of authenticity. You can print out as many copies as you want.
Go to the Louvre and see it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Or you know, you want a poster, you pay $20 for a poster. Well, it's not the real deal, right? Everybody knows that, and that's what it's doing with the NFT.
My big gotcha is, what do you think the US dollar is, dude? Anyway,
I love it. I love it because
I like the fact that it's actually on an order of magnitude easier for me to walk into a bank and rob it than it is for me to defraud, you know, like or come up with ways to break into massive decentralized systems based on the blockchain.
Yeah,
like
true.
By billions. of numbers times difficulty. That's the point.
Yeah, just I guess you could tip over a Bitcoin ATM. Not recommending that, but
I love it because like you can tell just based on like the way you jumped right into that like you're in, like you've been down the rabbit hole, done the research, read the thing, and went, what is this whole planet now, right? Like, because that's what it feels like to me when I look.
Yeah,
at you know.
But you know what? You have to take it with the good, the bad, and all that stuff. Because I mean, there's a certain passion that comes like with new technology and stuff like that, and people that just want to do cool shit with it. But then you got that like kind of evangelical fucking aspect of it too. Because like if we really like want to do a thought exercise, it's no different than a religion. So when people start talking about the metaverse, that's when my butthole starts to fucking tighten up a bit. Because it's like, dude, the metaverse has been around since the 80s. It's called the fucking internet.
Yeah.
That is a metaverse in itself. So
Sure.
so while everyone says the metaverse now, it just has become this like fucking weird catchphrase that is being adopted by corporations. So, oh, the metaverse. Oh, is it a place? Is it a noun? Is it a, like, no, it's not really. It's kind of an idea. So they're like, well, wait, Sandbox has a metaverse and so-and-so platform has a metaverse, so there are multiple metaverses, but then there you go. It just loses
It's exactly
itself
that's exactly
in the
it,
irony of the fact that everybody
Yeah.
runs a centralized metaverse on a decentralized platform.
Right. Yeah. Oh, spot on,
there's that.
actually. So the third thing that we got here for you today is, given all the different collections that you've had, I know right before the show you said like, hey, what do I go spend this ETH on? You know what I mean? What is your favorite NFT collection out there right now?
I've got a couple banger nifties, and I like super rare, okay? Because I like the one of one idea. You know what I mean? Versus like open editions and stuff like that. Like that always has a place too, but it's like not to like chin stroke or anything like that, but like Picasso didn't do open editions, shit like that. And like you bought one of those, that was it. That's what you got, So I just that, but that's me, and it's to each his own and everything. Everybody's got their own tastes and motives and stuff like that. But I like art. I like appreciating art, and I like also supporting artists and having something that's mine. So I look at it from what aesthetically pleases me that I would like to have either on my wall or in my wallet, same fucking thing as far as my brain goes. I just like to keep that, so I'm not an art dealer. And I find that a lot of NFTs are exactly that, because the easiest way to become very successful with any business or venture is to be a good middleman. And that's all like the rage with NFTing right now is buy low, sell high. Yeah. So that's being that middleman. So you're an art dealer, not less something like, hey, I really appreciate and respect the time that went into that render, because I know renderers and I know 3D software and I know what's a Cinema 4D asset or a preset prefab from Turbo Squid with a cool render on it. I know the difference. So I can go to that and say, hey, this guy really went into fucking town on ZBrush and did this and did that, and I'm like, that's worth something to me. So it's again, like, to be all Captain fucking woke, it's a matter of value to the owner, not to the world. No,
that's great. I mean, it does, one of ones rather than a collection, have a great place in the space. And I've seen that a lot with even a couple of companies that do like charity work or whatever. They'll go back and take whatever they've earned from those 30K collections or something and buy a piece that was made by a kid who's 10 years old or something like that, right?
Yeah, you can buy art at Christie's. You can buy art at the fucking flea market.
Right. Hey, that's cool. That's great.
It's totally your prerogative, bro. You like what you like.
Yeah. All right, so we're out here dancing in Club XYZ, right? And for you personally, you have some land that's up kind of in the northern half of the map right now, in the Sandbox.
Yeah, right next to my buddy Richie.
Yeah, Richie.
Yeah, Richie Hot.
That was a great sale. Personally, I had a lot of fun doing the live for that. Like when it was going to launch, I was live with the people. But so what plans do you have, if any, right now for your land inside the Sandbox?
Well, we talked about a bit about that earlier, kind of before we started this broadcast, and I'm thinking like, I'm gonna take a lot of my assets because I do some 3D modeling and goofy shit myself with other game engines that I prefer, and I think I'm gonna rip open that Voxel, you know, all the avatar creation tools and the NFT tools that come with, you know, that are available on Sandbox, and just start seeing how I can hack like my assets that I use for things or creations that I've come up with and turn them into assets that can be scattered around my place, like
Nice.
a really weird Burning Man kind of thing where I can have an installation here and there.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Sounds cool. Kind of like your own little gallery, just showcasing. You know, it's a nice outlet for you. So that's
Yeah, for
sounds
sure.
like
Well,
Heck
one
yeah.
of many, you know.
Oh yeah, I mean for sure. Obviously, you've got some other outlets that you're pretty well known for.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the whore of fucking Decentraland. This guy right here. I know, but it's fun. I'm just honestly, it's like I'm not really, you know, hey, let's do this and let's go with the big shareholder of the meta space with the NFT connection. Man, I just like working on cool shit and seeing how different ventures are doing it differently.
Yeah. All right, so the fifth question that I have here, I think we can kind of already answer, sort of. Have you checked out the alpha? How much of the alpha have you checked out, and what do you kind of want to see going forward?
Can I be really stupid and say this is the first time I'm running this?
No, that's fine. I mean, yes, of course you can, right?
I've seen it.
How dare?
I know. Oh, you poser, you corporate shill. No, of course, we've been exchanging assets, and then I've been shown screenshots and stuff like that. But honestly, I got my hands on a lot of dirty fucking pies, right? So like, I'm touring, I'm making music, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm just fucking taking some goddamn time for myself sometimes. Yeah. But it's like, so today, obviously, I took the time out to just give it a whole install, give the website a good once over, which seems to be pretty well put together for avatar creation and stuff like that. So this is actually my first time kind of dipping in here, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
That's good to hear.
I really like I was saying, I think right before we started the call, I was like, man, it's really amazing what you can do with voxels. You know what I mean? Like in terms of getting it to look like what the original representation was. Like say my goat head here, for example, as I zoom in on that, hey, look, I learned a new trick. I can zoom in. Yeah, just like instinctively wield the mouse. See, that's good. That's good UX right there.
Yeah.
You know, like this obviously is some crazy high poly bullshit that, you know, is, you can see the GLTF on OpenSea or whatever. But, you know, the voxelization process of it, it translates really well for something so quote unquote low res, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we should talk about that heads collection real quick. Yeah, what's up with that? Let's Joseph, can you pull up OpenSea and go to HE85?
I have all the yeah, go for it. I mean, I have all the GLTFs locally, but if you can do it on your browser, it's probably easier.
I'd have it up already, but I was having technical difficulties before the stream here, everybody, so that's why I've been banished from
Look at this. Very
from
nice.
the screen space.
Yeah. So those are all GLTFs, which is really cool. Not only like, because again, you know, if you approach it with the attitude like, I'm not paying, you know, 0.25 wrapped Ethereum for a picture.
Yeah.
Well, you're not. It's a token is really where the value is being stored, and that's just kind of a visual representation of it. But of course, all of those are GLTF files, which is basically an interchange format that's just like new-ish, that works in Web3, most game engines. Unity supports it, Unreal supports it. I'm pretty sure all the other ones do too. It's basically like FBX on crack, if you know what I'm talking about, for those listening. You know, it includes the
I know a little
texture
bit, yeah.
Yeah. It's just a really nice way to interchange 3D model formats from platform to platform without any hassles. Like, actually, the other day, I'm a UE developer myself, so I was playing around in UE, and I'm able to stream these GLTF 3D assets from OpenSea directly into the game.
Wow.
Without any token authorization, oddly enough. But once I plug that in, and then that would be work. So basically, if you buy that head, that's your avatar. Ready Player Me supports it. Sandbox, I'm not sure where you guys are at.
We're getting there.
If I'm
We're
even
getting
allowed
there,
to
yeah.
talk about that.
Oh, we can talk about that.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
that's my department.
Yeah, well, there's 5,555 of them, so feel free to run a batch convert to voxelize all of them. But
yeah, so what we do is we take the different attributes of each one. So you see, some have antlers, some have hands for ears.
That's
some
a gnarly. Have you seen the script that Nick and his buddy did to do it?
I have not.
No.
I have not seen that side of it.
It's so well done. That's how we were able to produce 5,555 unique heads. These are not handmade. It's actually very cleverly, generatively scripted through Espresso and Cinema 4D. I wish he was here to tell you more about it, but it's actually crazy how modular this system is. We could have made 5 million mouse heads if we wanted.
So we do something similar with VoxEdit. We're working on making those tools available to anybody. So we have Bored Ape Yacht Club just about finished to batch export and run. We've got the heads ready to export all of them, and once we get the upload platform finished up and are able to build the bridging tool, basically these aren't going to be minted on the Sandbox as voxel art. They are going to be just something that shows up in your avatar selector as something that you can pick. Right. If you own the original NFT in your wallet. So it's the site is going to say, hey, you got that head? Well, then you can play as this avatar. And when you sell that head to somebody else, they are then the ones who can pick that avatar. You lose access to that if you sell it. So it gives more utility to those things. And we're looking at more ways to bridge all sorts of different projects.
That's kind of the point. That to me is the metaverse. It has nothing to do with any single property. It has to do with more about the asset that's interchangeable between multiple properties.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that's
what the metaverse really is.
Right?
Yeah.
We just make it hard on ourselves by having everything in voxels.
Absolutely. And I mean, it would be really impossible for someone to truly understand that you own an asset that has a value that you can trade anywhere on any platform for any amount is great, because it's like, if I go into my favorite AAA game that shall not be mentioned, buy a skin, that's it. There's no secondary market for that within the blockchain.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I've done a few of those games.
It's like, really, do CSGO skins have a symbol on the TSX? No. You know, like, it's shit like that. That's really cool.
That's a really good point too, because somebody brought that up, the other day, the internet as it is, and they're like, hey, well, this already exists because of things like CSGO and TF2. And, my response to them was, hey, yeah, those are there, but what happens when Valve closes the doors?
Right.
And that's where
welcome to a centralized platform.
Exactly. So
and Sandbox shit the bed. These heads still exist.
Right, exactly.
Knock on.
I'm sure we'll be around for a very long time. It's the IP's been around for a long time already.
Buddy.
Yeah, right.
We've seen some fun stuff with Cloudflare this year.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, then I guess we'll get to the last question here.
Sponsor.
As we're coming up on the 30-minute block with you, and I'd like to, get you out enjoying your life there. So what's next for you in Web3?
Web3, honestly, I don't really know. That's the fun part, is because I'm being surprised with all these new ventures and stuff like that. We are running a company called Pixelinks right now, which is, I'm sure you guys are familiar with. And we're chartering kind of all these connections between creators and properties like this and stuff too. And just every day something new comes up where it's like, oh, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. So fortunately, I have the good problem of being able to see new technology kind of just pour into the fucking inbox and see what obviously, gets my fucking goat going, and then we start up conversations to say, hey, how can we integrate? How can we help, or fuck it up, or whatever,
All of the above.
But I am looking forward mostly to just kind of the demystification of the technology underlying over the cool shit that you see. Because it kind of is, very experimental in terms of PR, in terms of reaching out that you're doing this. And it's like, I've never in my career have ever seen so many eyes roll back in their head when I say, hey, I'm launching a song as an NFT.
Right, which is wild because it's like
no, that's okay. It's expected. You know what I mean?
Well,
again, that's new technology.
That's true. It's true.
If we look
it's
at
like
the average median of awareness of technology, we wouldn't be burning down cell phone towers because of 5G.
Yeah. Oh god. Oh my god, dude.
Lo and behold,
no,
here I am.
That's great. No, man. I mean, seriously, that's the idea of an NFT album is, it's the same thing. Like, you have now an opportunity to trade it like you have when you buy records and you go to the record store, right? You do get this
didn't
physical
even
thing.
have that opportunity like in the last 10 years because Spotify owned and controlled the entire market.
Yeah, exactly.
It was completely centralized, and they had no shame in ripping off artists.
Yeah.
They still do. They're hanging on.
I mean, that's fair. It's like between like all of those app stores and all those now streaming services, it's like how much money goes to the artist. Well, now let's just guarantee that all of it does, right? And like NFT.
Well, .0006 per stream, last I checked. So that's pretty good.
That's great for somebody who's
Google
not
Spotify net worth and assets. Oh, okay. 78 billion. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, that's where decentralization works out well for everybody.
That's DAO. Right? That's a little different. Music belongs on DAO, not so much as NFTs that are curated by, because like I'm not here to shit talk anyone for doing a thing, but like Nifty really turned into a centralized platform. They were like gatekeeping NFTs and stuff like that for a good minute, because it's like the same as Spotify, where you take, music is obviously freely distributed everywhere, right? If I have a cool song and it's MP3, I could send it to you. It's a WAV file, I could send it to you. I could record it, I can hear it, you know what I mean? I can send it to you, stuff like that. So I'm no stranger to that concept, right? But the same kind of started to happen with music, and then Spotify said, okay, you just give us $6, you can listen to whatever the fuck you want. Okay, cool. But they were the gateway. You know what I mean? So in the music industry, there are literal handbooks and campaigns and things you need to do to make sure you make money as a music producer that have to appease Spotify, because that's the only place people go, right? Yeah. So for a hot minute, it started to look really dark when Nifty Gateway came around, and everybody was fighting quite literally to get a drop date on Nifty, because Nifty was a privately held thing that was a centralized thing that they could say, you get a drop, you get a day, you get a day. So that's kind of non-intuitive, backwards thinking weirdness, Sure. So for music, I think we don't want Spotify to come up with, okay, we'll adopt NFTs, but you always have to do it here. A DAO would probably be well better suited for that. That way, it's not really under anyone's control.
Yeah.
Right.
And there will be no gatekeeping and stuff like that. But we're going to have the problem as musicians to find discovery platforms, right? Because so what? Okay, great. There's no more Spotify. There's no more mainstream bullshit where they have algorithms that pick the most popular artists. How do you find shit you like? Well, you need a discovery platform for that. So you're kind of in a vicious circle of stuff like that. But when it comes to IP ownership and stuff like that, DAOs is the way to go.
Yeah. Wow. So that's a really actually a super it's a super insightful answer to where, even if it's not necessarily where you're going next in Web3, it is where everything needs to go, right? And so I honestly just wish I could be in a call with you for 7 hours. Because
we live in interesting times.
It sounds
he's never gonna come back now.
Yeah, no, I mean at this point, obviously you're busy, you're doing a lot of stuff, and you got a lot of going on all the time. But this has probably been the best interview from what are I read the questions and I was like, these questions are way too simple. I don't like these questions, right? But you
let's just talk about something else.
You've taken it to another level and answered all of these perfectly.
The mouse head? How did you come up with your name? Does it get hot in the mouse head?
Oh,
where's your favorite venue? Sorry.
No, it's spot on.
Hey, I have a question. I have an interview question.
Sure, okay.
Is that a texture, or are those actual voxels that are front facing Like the
we have
video.
no textures.
No, but what is that? So that's all voxel driven?
They're voxels, yeah.
Oh,
those are
so funny.
Animated layers of voxels popping in and out.
Oh, that is so clever.
of other voxels. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you guys
what,
might have said fuck it. Let's just use a GIF.
No, we don't we don't support those yet. We don't have video coming in yet. That should be coming very soon in the next in the next quarter or so.
Don't you feel that would like detract from the whole voxel world though?
Well, I mean, we do. So we do have a lot of musicians specifically who are interested in streaming. So we've got like Eclectic Method.
No, you do. You tell them to send a 16 by 16 resolution video.
And then we just have to time the animations to it.
Memorize everything to like 16 by 16. They're like, okay, yeah, here you go.
Yeah, that is a concern because I mean we are much more like art directed than say like crypto voxels where you got all sorts of resolutions and meshes with voxels and stuff. So we do try to focus a lot on a specific art style here. But yeah, we do plan on supporting video and stuff. But
that's cool.
We also really enjoy making stuff that's visually consistent.
Yeah,
because
that's the one thing I found about, like, you know, again, I'm not gonna name names, but like all these properties that are springing up, it's like they got this like stylistic ADHD. You know, there's no.
I know exactly what you mean.
There's no cohesion. There's no you know, because you see Minecraft, as shitty of a fucking framework as it is, and the way it works and all that stuff, you know what it is, and you know it's got that aesthetic. Like, there's no question about it.
Right.
And then some of these just look like, you know, like old Daz 3D fucking models, and then you've got some voxel stuff and this and that, and it's just like this. The lack of cohesion is like But this is like I said, though, at me just using this for like an hour now, it's like, you know, it's definitely cohesive, you know.
Yeah, you should you know, check out the other sections of our alpha. So you
if you hold shift, you'll run faster.
That's what I tried to do.
Oh yeah.
So our alpha is still open for another, I want to say 13 hours, something like that.
Yeah, and
it's pretty close to closing. But you still have about those 13 hours to run around and explore as much as you want. We've got lots of other places with different styles. We've got our heroes, scientists, and oracle sections, which each have, there's like almost like Game of Thrones and Mad Max and like elves from Lord of the Rings, kind of different styles going on in each of those locations. So lots of other places to explore, but we do try to keep a visual consistent style across everything.
I'm going for it here.
You're doing it. You're doing it right.
Oh no!
So after
my mouse sensitivity is.
Alex spent like probably, I think, how many hours just to get to the top of this place?
Well, yeah, we aren't actually supposed to get there. So if you look up, there's this bright blue bridge going across, and it's not too difficult to get up there if you have the practice.
You actually got up there?
Yeah.
Well, there's a duck up there. We have hidden Easter egg ducks in every level, but there's one up on that blue bridge. It'll probably take an hour to get you up there. No, not any criticism to you. It's just it's not easy.
Havoc, or are you guys using Bullet?
I think we're using our own built-in thing to Unity.
Oh, you did not write your own physics engine? Oh, the one that Unity uses.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there's some of these where you can like do these kind of like little quick fucking movements and then build up whatever and then launch yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little hack. I'll find it.
So we were able to figure out how to get on the very roof above everything. There's nothing up there. Like, we spent all this time getting all the way up to the very top of the level.
You should put something up there.
I know. I was so mad when I made it.
Put a little Meowingtons up there.
Yeah. I mean, with
the side quest.
I'll tell somebody to do that.
A jumper is you.
Just clip this scene. This is authorized. You must do it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll put in the work order tomorrow.
Here we go.
Yeah, but it was a physics glitch that got us up to the very, very top.
Sure.
You're only supposed to jump like up 1 meter, but if you turn it just the right time, somehow it clips you in. Well, that's what our blocks are. So you jump 1 meter.
You?
Oh, can I? Nah, not anymore. When I was 16, sure.
You could probably do it once, you know?
Meter.
Yeah, and then my knees would give out.
On if it was absolutely necessary.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, if I had to catch one of my kids falling, I'd jump like 10 meters. But you know, just on demand, no.
Right.
No.
Well, all right,
For
Joel,
10
if Deadmau5, sir, if you're needing to go now, I know we had scheduled a 30-minute interview, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is good. I mean, you got everything you need to know out of me.
I mean, you have had the most. I'm not kidding. This is the best interview / discussion that I have ever had, because
Well,
I did not expect
man.
you to come into this with like the depth
Guns
of knowledge that you
blazing.
have, and then also like taking that whole.
Do you
like,
think I was coached?
No. I just mean like.
I could have been.
I mean, possibly everybody is kind of right, but like
I want your coach.
You took it to like that next level of like unwrapping all of the entire global economy in a way that I was just yes, please, more, yes, more of this, please. So
Cool,
I really
I'm
appreciate
glad.
you hanging out and having fun with us. And
Yeah, and I'll definitely check in periodically and look for new improvements. And then when I get some time, I'll get to voxel editing and see if I can't build some cool stuff and populate my lands.
awesome.
All
That
right,
sounds
well,
great.
you know where to find us.
I do. All right, guys.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Everyone on Twitch, YouTube, and all the other weirdo websites that are watching this, have a great day.
D-Live, Theta.
Yeah. See you guys.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. All right, Joseph. So
Yes,
I
sir.
think we're going to keep going here. Maybe I can get my video stream into you now.
All right.
Let's see
You
if...
get it set up, and I'll get you turned on for that. And which one are you?
1 second.
I'm gonna assume you're 329. All right, folks. Well, that was actually a fantastic interview. I had a great time. We're chilling. We talked about this earlier on this week. Obviously, we left out the secrets. The secrets are fun. We had a good time. We're not done yet. We're gonna transition over. If you open up the dashboard at sandbox.game, we're going to go hang out in some Lululand's Christmas space. We're going to go celebrate. We don't have much alpha left, so we're hanging out and having fun with you in the alpha. Let's go find all the secrets in the Christmas Eve Miracle, located at -1,3, creator Lululand World. All right. Just click play on that. It's going to open it up here. Man, that was a really good interview. That was a lot of fun. I legitimately was super
If he
happy
was
with
coached,
that.
I really want his coach, because he
That's what I'm
spoke with
talking about.
authority of somebody who's
Truth.
been here for a
Preach.
few years.
Preach, sir, preach. Oh man, a lot of fun. Let me
Is
get
my
the-
video stream going out to you
the
now?
video stream may be
think it
going out to
should
me,
be.
but
It should be coming into the one ending in 640.
I don't see it. I don't see it yet,
Um,
but we'll get it here in a sec. It's okay. I got a lot of them.
my smoke detector just started to decide that right now it's going to start dying
Good
and it's
time,
beeping
dude.
every
Good time. Oh no, you're good. You're good.
like
7-4
right now.
Yours
right now.
was 7-4.
Hey, there I am.
I got you, dog. I got
In
you.
case you didn't notice,
We'll do it live.
I'm all decked out
Ooh, Santa.
with my Christmas sweater, Santa Wizzy head.
Hey, I'm seeing Lucas here. Everybody's here. We're hanging out.
Lucas is right. All right, I'm going to jump over to Lululand as well. Hopefully I can squeeze in there
All right.
before everybody else
Keep going,
makes the
dude.
jump.
I'm sure you can. I'm sure you can.
I'm just going to like throw something at that smoke detector. It's bothering me.
It's
I don't know
okay.
if you all can hear that.
We can vaguely hear it every once in a while, but we'll survive. We're having a good time. We're celebrating here
Alright.
today, folks. Hey, Alex, how are we celebrating this today? How are we celebrating this?
You know, I think we might have something something a little wizardly, maybe a little haddish, for people. What do you think?
I mean, that
You
sounds
think
like
you think they?
sounds like a lot of preview happening on the screen right now.
Lucas, you want to share that link in the chat? Actually, I'll share it because it goes out to everybody when I share it. So,
There we go.
I'm
Sounds
gonna share the
good.
link.
This is our first giveaway of the evening. We're going to be doing 3 of these, but the hat that is on Alex's character's head right now and Alex's actual head at the same time somehow. The Wizzy the Blue,
Magic.
but Santa Wizzy hat rather. Santa Wizzy hat, there are only 10 of these in existence, period. And you have an opportunity to win one right now. So make sure you click the link in the chat that is provided by Lucas is Right or the Sandbox
Just
game.
went out.
Just out now.
Hidden Facebook and
Facebook,
3,
YouTube,
2,
Twitch TV.
1. There we go.
If you are over on Twitter, please step over to one of those platforms if you want to be able to have the link. We can repost it here in just a second. We're having a great time. Oh man, like I'm still blown away. I'm blown away because it was like I'm not kidding when I tell you this is me to all you people watching at home right now. I got the questions and I was like, I hate these questions.
Nah.
Like I wanted
bro.
I wanted to just completely rewrite all of the questions and do it all differently, right? Thank you. Lucas says Lucas posted it on Twitter as well. I mean, like I don't really have VPire I see in the chat says fanboy moment. Like I don't really have those. It was just purely like I've been telling my friends for the last year or so since my like meager like $700 that I first started with like exploded to being like 6 figures portfolio, right? And it just made me kind of go like, whoa, this world is broken. You know what I mean? And like we're here and we can do the fixing of that. And like it was just right there, Deadmau5, Joel saying it just throughout the whole thing. Like, you know, I'm excited. I'm very excited now. Very excited now. Like, just hang out on a Wednesday with this guy. You know what I mean? Like, worth it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely there's people who get it, and there's people who think they get it, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Joel gets it.
Definitely
based on
gets
everything
it.
he said.
Definitely gets it.
So yeah, it was refreshing to hear all that from somebody who you know, people listen to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Somebody who has a platform to speak and to share in a way that that can positively impact a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right, Lucas, I think we're going to go quick with these forms here. So if you want to go ahead and get ready to close that, I'm going to give people one more minute. I just sent the giveaway form to the chat one more time. Remember, only one entry per person, please. We can kind of tell.
Yep.
Very easily.
Very easily.
when people duplicate entries.
So the question...
and we remove them.
I'm going to answer some AMAs as we're here. Frappe Gods 1 over on Twitch says, are there going to be any steps taken for the next alpha to avoid the 750-ish unclaimed passes like we have now? That's number of dollars just sitting there, which most likely won't be claimed. Well, you know, the reality is those people are still going to have an opportunity to claim that pass. And either by way of, you know, filling out a contest online on Twitter or by land owners competition, those people were engaged enough to apply. And so they should still have the opportunity to claim them. The only other possibility, which we talked about in the last stream, and it's not ideal, is that we take those 750-ish and try to distribute it to somebody else. But then what happens if you were the person who earned one, you know, and then you don't get to claim it because you waited a little too long, right? Maybe
or you were like in the hospital and you got there in like the last 4 hours and you're like, finally, I can do it.
Yeah.
And it's gone. And it's gone.
Exactly. And then, you know, maybe that person still wants to come back and have that NFT that says I was there, right? And so they should still have that opportunity to claim it for the next whatever amount of time, even when the first alpha's over, right? You can't really take that away from them. So even though there are some left out there, that's kind of always going to be expected.
Absolutely. All right, Lucas, we are ready to close that form. Something about the hat on my head. I thought Alex was wearing the Wizzy hat. Well, you know, it's similar. It doesn't have the holly on it. It's
Steve
not quite
G
as dark.
Says, hey Joe, I claim my POAP, OAP, whatever you want to call it. but I don't see it on my MetaMask. Is there a guide for how to see the actual NFT? So MetaMask itself may not show it because I think they only show ERC 721 tokens. And it is on the XDAI network, XDAI. Unless you send it from XDAI to the Ethereum main network, in which case then you could see it on an outlet like OpenSea or any that can pull, I'm pretty sure, ERC 1155 tokens, but not totally sure about the POAP if it's an 1155. So I haven't taken the time to look into it, but...
Some people did contact me about migrating from XDAI to ETH mainnet with the POAP, and it does seem like there's a bug. I don't know if it's on the POAP site or if there's just something that needs to get enabled with that particular one, but there is a struggle to migrate it right now. But if you've claimed it on XDAI, you have it. Like, it's not going to disappear.
It'll always be
it's
there.
It's not going to have a pumpkin moment on the 13th of January. You definitely have it. And you can migrate it to ETH at any point after claiming it. So don't hesitate to claim it on XDAI for free. There's literally
it's free.
No disadvantage to doing that.
You'll have an opportunity to transfer it at least at some point. The reason why I chose POAP for that is because it's been used for many other competitions and giveaways and that sort of thing. And I've seen it work well in the past. So I have faith that it'll continue to work well for a long time. And you have that on their network regardless forever. Omar asks over on YouTube, can I still apply for the Creator Fund in the next couple of days, or is it too late? The Creator Fund is constantly expanding. Make sure that you have a really strong profile, a really strong application, and apply when you're ready, okay? Don't worry about if it's tomorrow. You want to make sure you have a good portfolio for your Creator Fund application.
Yeah, absolutely. We get almost 100 applications a day. So it's a lot of work to filter through those for the people who are doing the portfolio reviews. So make sure that you put the strongest portfolio forward that you can. Specifically, we're looking for things that kind of match the style we're working in, because while the open UGC for everybody to make things that we're building towards, you'll be able to make whatever you want. For the Creator Fund, we are focusing on doing stuff in a style that works with other Sandbox content. So that is what we're looking for. So take a look at the official content that you see from the alpha, things that are listed from the main Sandbox account, stuff that you see in our promotional materials, and try to work towards those kind of visuals. That is definitely what we are aiming for in those portfolios. Sometimes people have different styles, and we can see that their work is skilled and professional enough that we'll be able to work with them potentially. And we do have a testing phase. It's a paid test to make sure that people that we can work well with them. We don't want to jump in and then have things not work out for somebody. So, but we also don't want to take advantage of artists. That's why we always pay for the tests when people come in. So. Definitely apply, but make sure that you are ready.
All right. And then another question comes in that says, if you did win a pass and didn't know, how do you claim it? Beep. And the way that you claim it is by... I'm just trolling Alex now. The way that you claim it...
It's right above me.
Go to nft.sandbox.game. If you can claim a pass, you'll be able to select one of the passes there and claim it. Now it doesn't matter if you ever check your email, as long as you just go to that website. If you are whitelisted on your wallet, you will be able to accept it there. So all of the winners of all of the Twitter contests and all the various contests that we have had are there. That's how you claim it, okay? And make sure you get that done, because you've only got a couple of hours to do all of the quests. And you could probably get them all done in that time, I would think. But you've got a couple of hours to do that now before that's going to close. And then the claim period for the 1,000 sand and the 3 NFTs that you win from this pass, that will open up. And then I guess another thing I want to note with relation to like the claims, I made a tweet about this earlier today, but if you did not know, the Polygon Matic / Sand a staking pool is open now. So if you get this 1,000 sand, you could move it over into the staking program and then get more sand for free, right? Why would you want to do that? Well,
just like an allowance of sand.
Yeah, it's free sand. That's why you would want to do it for one. But secondly, and importantly, is there's a lot of people who want to take this 1,000 sand and maybe buy a land NFT. Land NFTs sell from us to you for 1,011 sand if you just buy the land NFT and you don't buy one of the special bundles with the additional NFTs together, right? So the sale that we had, I think this last week, for the Steve Aoki space in the Snoop land sales, there's another sale coming up soon. So if you can stake that 1,000 sand, you could earn the additional 11 sand without doing anything. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a little work to get it into the staking pool, but there's instructions on the website that can help you, people in the Discord that can help you. And if you stake that sand, you earn the extra sand. Now you have enough to get a land, and you got in early, right? Because it's only going to get more rare as they are coming closer to non-existent, right? By the end of 2022, we expect to have sold all of the lands. And then there would only be third-party markets. So get your opportunity to get it while you can. All right, let's see here. Oh, lots of messages since I last...
Yeah.
Woo! I'm like at the top of the page. I didn't realize. Love it.
Whoop.
Are the first alpha owners going to be able to play in the second alpha or any other benefits? On Russ. I can't give the details of alpha number 2 at this time. Just that it will exist. But you'll get more on that when we're ready to do a whole press blitz.
So I can say though that from the official FAQ, that there's no plans of utility for the alpha pass after this alpha is done. So you can hold on to it for memorabilia. I think we've said this pretty much every single stream.
Yep.
For the alpha, but you can hold on to it basically as a POAP if you want to view it that way. You can excuse me, you can place it in your land or in a game experience. You don't have to own land to create a game experience. You can create a game experience and post it in the gallery, totally free. So you can use it there. You can sell it, and you can also you might not be able to sell it during the claiming period. I'm not 100% sure on that. I think selling of the passes might be limited to avoid people getting scammed out of their passes before they've claimed their rewards. So just be careful. If you have a pass, don't try to do anything with it until you claim your rewards. Okay. And the last thing is if you do have a land, you can use that alpha pass as an NFT gate. You can make an experience exclusively for pass holders, but that's up to you and the community if you want to add that utility to it. I'm done.
All right. Well, the next question that comes in, that's it says, is the Creator Fund full-time work, Alex?
Not at first. I will say that with the exception of Tybalt, our lead concept artist who made the Sandbox art style, all of the full-time or almost all of the full-time, I can't think of any exceptions, there might be a couple, almost all the full-time artists working with us were hired out of the Creator Fund. So now I'm in charge of the people in charge of the Creator Fund. The people that I hired to join me as full-time artists were hired out of the Creator Fund. All the people that I've hired came out of the Creator Fund. There are some artists that I was not the person who hired them, so okay. I don't know everybody's history there. But yeah, so it's not full-time work. When you start, it's assignments, and how long you take on it is up to you. How much work you put into it is up to you. But you do want to do good quality work. We do have a review process to make sure that, like I said earlier, we do have a specific style that we're trying to make for the Creator Fund. So we have quality control people checking that stuff. And in that, the bonus of being in the Creator Fund is that you get early access to features. Ooh, I fell, but I did not die. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's not the floor of the world. It's just a floor they put in the world. You know what I mean? So they want you to...
But I'm stuck down here.
No, you're not. Go back to the beginning.
Can I?
There you go.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think that I think it did kill you before though, because I remember falling down there and going back to the respawn.
Weird.
Anyway, so you get early access to features. You can your minting basically gets paid for by the Sandbox. So gems and catalysts are provided, minting fees are covered. Mm-hmm. You get marketing support from the staff to sell your items. You may have seen several sales for the Creator Fund go up. So there's a lot of benefits to the Creator Fund, but it is actual work, and you are working as a freelancer. So you can go do other projects. We've got lots of people who do other things besides being in the Creator Fund. Yeah. But how much work you put into it is reciprocates. The people who work really hard in there, sometimes they get staff positions. They get hired by other companies who are like, oh, I see your work that you're doing over here. Can you work with us on this? We have people signing up with our partners to work for them through that. So there's a lot of cool stuff happening.
Before these fall off the page, Alex, I'm seeing a lot of comments that says, what is the URL for Polygon staking? You can find all of the instructions on the website at sandbox.game. Go ahead and open up your Sandbox here. You click on your avatar, not your avatar rather, but your profile picture in the top right. Click staking, and then you'll see the Sandbox staking. It's going to load Sandmatic and the Ethereum mainnet. You need some help on how to do it, you can click learn more about staking. You can see your earnings, you can see your share, total deposit, all that sort of stuff. You can also see your Ethereum mainnet stuff happening at the same time. So I've already converted all of it to mSandmatic. The question also came in, what sand are you earning when that happens? So the sand that you earn is it's wrapped sand on the Polygon network, but it's really easy to take it back to the mainnet. So yeah, it's a pretty straightforward process. There's a large pool of weekly rewards you can see here in mSand, about 500,000 sand per week going out, making a total of 2 million a month. Got a really strong APR. Like I said, if you get the 1,000 sand, you're going to need an equal amount of Matic tokens, or you would have to sell half the sand to get those Matic tokens to do the staking, if that's the only crypto that you have. But nonetheless, it's a good deal. You can make some free sand. You can see in the last 24 plus hours, I've earned 186 sand on what I put in there. But once again, I've been doing this for a long time. Been doing it a long time. So, making $800-900 a day, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Too bad.
Just hanging out. Just hanging out.
It is weird when you get used to being in the space and you kind of just throw out numbers like that and how other people are blown away by it. But people see the same thing happening with Axie Infinity. That's why basically entire countries have moved to working in Axie Infinity.
I like Grayson. Grayson Slade says this guy's wife currently has 3.5 sand stake. That's what I'm talking about.
There we go.
You're gonna get additional sand for free. It's worth it. It's worth it. And the cool thing about the Polygon staking is that every transaction that I did was literally, it didn't know how to read it on the wallet. Like the MetaMask wallet was just like, I don't know, a penny. Like the transaction fee cost a penny, but it was less than a penny. The wallet just didn't know what to do with that. So, good stuff. All right.
Somebody told me the Squid Game instructions and I still messed it up.
Yeah, it's like left.
I know
3.
my left from my right.
Yeah, it's left 3 and then right, left, right. Right.
Right, left, right, left, right. It's in the game chat right now.
Okay.
If I remember how to get
Hackers, dude. Hackers. Stake mSand or buy land? That's the question, right? Because you've got 1,000 sand that you'll win as the rewards for the Alpha Pass, right? If you played all of the play to earn content and you had the Alpha Pass. So you could take that, and you can go buy 11 more sand, or You could stake if you have an equal amount of Matic tokens. Yeah, so the staking is pretty straightforward. It requires about 6 steps, I think, total. But you'll see the instructions on the website at sandbox.game in the top right. Just click your avatar or your icon there, and then you can go do that. I'm going to run around here in the space. I'm going to see if I can do a little parkour. Anybody got a parkour challenge for me?
I didn't realize that there was a quest to find all the snowmen, so now I have an objective here.
Yeah, I did that the other day when we were playing. Get that parkour.
Did you get all of them?
Alex, do you remember how many secrets we found here on this live stream?
There's not all of them.
There's hundreds.
Oh, I've never been in here before. This is the gingerbread tunnel is new to me.
Oh, yeah, see. Yeah, see. This guy didn't know. He didn't know. He wasn't here. He wasn't here, folks. He wasn't hanging out with all of us at the top of the world. You know? Chilling. I like this. I really like this. I like stained glass works.
We've been so busy answering questions. We haven't done the first Wizzy giveaway.
Alex, I can't believe you've done this.
Well, we were on a roll just talking and talking and talking. So Lucas told me 10 minutes ago, 11 minutes ago, that there were 797 entries.
Total
to
Hill.
The roll.
Total Hill, I'm almost certain that your sand redemption for the alpha is going to be on mainnet, meaning regular sand, not wrapped polygon sand.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, so
because we haven't
mainnet
moved.
Is the thing.
Yeah, we haven't moved the NFTs over yet.
Yeah. So when you're doing the redemption, it's one transaction to get the bundle of the sand and all the NFTs that you've earned as one smart contract transaction. So wonderful.
All right, the roll was 329. Lucas is going to go retrieve that wallet address for me, and I'm going to check it against the previous Santa Wizzy hat winners. Basically looks like what I've got on my head now. It's a little bit bigger in some spots because it does have to not Z-Fight conflict with different avatar hairs. I tested it with most of the basic hairstyles, and it fits most of them. If you have like a ponytail or pigtails on your avatar head, they will stick out of the hat. There's nothing I can do about that, at least not yet. But it looks basically like this and has like just a slight crookedness to it, a little sauce. Hey.
So while you're working on that form here, at the Sandbox game, question comes in from the Mythical Yeti Corn. What if someone has an offer open on an alpha pass and they don't cancel before the owner accepts the offer after the alpha is over? What are you doing to avoid this? Well, each individual user is going to be, of course, responsible for their own financial decisions, but I would recommend that right now, if you do have a standing offer on OpenSea or something saying, hey, I'll buy a pass for whatever, cancel it. Is what I mean. You know, if you're going to buy one, I would say purchase one outright at this time, just because you're not going to have enough time to play the alpha and get the quest done if you don't have a pass pretty much now.
Right.
So, you know, in any other case, just cancel your standing offers unless you'd like to pick one up for the collectible value of it. If you want to have this trophy that says, hey, I was there for the rest of time, then you can leave your offers open and enjoy it, you know?
All right, so our winner today for this first of 3, or rather the 7th of 9 Santa Wizzy hat giveaways is from YouTube and is Picky. Easy name. They're Picky. Picky from YouTube.
All right.
Congratulations, you won. I'll be sending that out tonight. And let's go ahead and drop the second giveaway because we were just having so much fun and just totally distracted. Yeah, this is the last stream for the year. Joseph and I are gonna take some much needed RNG.
Whoops! I fell through the floor. I can't believe. Did I just invade this dude's house? What is?
What? I'm not seeing what you. I did say RNG and not R&R.
Take a little random number generator. You know what I mean? Sampa97 asks. Sampa97 asks over on Twitch.tv. Question: With 1,011 sand, can I buy one island, or can I get in the auction for it? Well, Sampa, if you've not been to a land sale, they always happen at 1 p.m. UTC. Okay, so wherever you are around the world, do the translation on that. When they do happen, we will announce them ahead of time. Sometimes it's as much as just like a day ahead of time. So follow the Twitter. Make sure you don't miss it. And you're going to have to finish the checkout process in literally seconds because it's super hot. Super hot. But 1,011 sand purchases the NFT that you can build whatever you want on it. So this Christmas Eve miracle map is the same size as the land you would purchase for 1,011 sand. So all of this that's built in here, this huge level, all of this, you can build this in your space. So it's something to think about. Once again, you can do whatever you want with your sand, but if it's me, and it is, I got some land to buy, you know what I mean? All right, let's see here. Who was the winner from the first forum? Was it Pixie? Is that what you said, Alex?
Picky. P-I-C-K-Y.
Picky over
like
on
a picky eater.
On YouTube. There we go. Picky's in the chat already on YouTube. Says, thank you so much.
Hey! That'll be sent out tonight. Like, maybe like an hour or two from now, depending on when we end the stream.
All right. Alex, did you have the second link? Oh yeah, it's in the chat there.
I did. I shared it. I'm gonna share it again.
Okay. All right. It's about a minute ago. There we go. Boop 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 boop.
We'll leave that open for about 5 more minutes.
JubyQQ, have the POAPs been sent out yet? Yes. If you were here during that live stream, just check your email. It's gonna have a link that only is for you. Each link is unique. And only one person can claim on your link, so don't share it with anyone.
Make sure to use your Web3 wallet, like MetaMask or something. Somebody contacted me, they'd used either like a Coinbase or a Binance wallet. It was not their Web3 wallet, and there's nothing we can do to recover it. It got sent to a wallet that they have no control over. That's a custodial wallet from that service. So in that case, the POAP is gone. So make sure that you're using like your MetaMask or Venly, Bitski, basically whatever you use for the Sandbox. If you look at your Sandbox profile and you see that wallet, those wallets are always Web3 compatible wallets that you could use in other places like OpenSea and stuff like that. Bitski is a Web3 wallet, yes. And yes, you could, like I said, you can use the one that you see on the Sandbox. The Sandbox does not issue wallets. We have, when you set up your account, you can pick Venly, MetaMask, or Bitski. I think we used to have Arcane, but I think we replaced it with Venly.
Venly is Arcane. They're just a rebrand.
Oh, they changed names.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So if you used one of those services to set up your account, that's where your wallet address came from. And we at the Sandbox cannot really do very much in the way of tech support on your wallet. You'd have to contact whoever you set up your wallet with. Coinbase wallet does not work. No Coinbase, no Binance. You get those things away from any sort of NFT claims, because they're gonna go whoosh to nowhere.
Hey, how are you?
Venly is currently locked out of the Matic staking right now. Well, we're gonna have to look into that.
We're gonna climb the tower. Gonna climb the tower, Alex. We're gonna have a good time. All right, let's see.
I need to get back to the.
What's the 100 sand sent out for the Walking Dead game jam? I don't believe so, Nicholas. Not yet. It's not a weekday. Typically, those things only get sent out on weekdays, and sometimes there's a little bit of a delay because there's going to be a lot of setup to make sure that a single contract execution can handle, or it can handle it, but it needs to be written with your wallets in them and all that sort of thing.
Mikhail Rids from Twitch says, I play with the Coinbase wallet. I don't believe you. I mean, maybe they. I know Coinbase is setting up an NFT platform, so maybe there's something else there that I don't know about. But usually when people talk about their Coinbase wallet, the Coinbase wallet is different from the exchange. Yes, that is true. So usually when people start talking about Coinbase, they go to Coinbase, they go to their ETH exchange and copy that wallet address, which is not really a wallet that you have control over. And you might notice that if you go back to Coinbase a different day, that address is actually going to be different because it cycles through different addresses. So that's what's known as a custodial wallet. That's what Coinbase uses to move around the funds that when you send stuff to cash out, or you buy with fiat and then you want to send it into your MetaMask wallet. That's what it uses those for. So don't use those because there's only so much that can be done to recover that stuff, and not a lot. So yeah, Coinbase has a new wallet that's separate and does NFTs now. I still recommend MetaMask for Sandbox. Yeah, we like MetaMask. It works well for us.
Works well for me. Every single day. Yeah. Also super compatible with switching over to different, layer 2 connectivities, which saves so much.
Test networks, all sorts of stuff.
Saves so much in gas fees. It's great.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can fall through the middle, but I assume I can fall through the middle of that. Hey, check it out. It's really creepy. What's going on here, bro? Oh. There we go. This is a large...
All right. Lucas, let's go ahead and close up that form if it's not already closed. I'm not looking at the chat here.
All right, yeah, I'm going to make sure I can...
Okay. All right.
Follow up, yeah.
He said he
I
said
see
he
the
closed
ice
it.
says, Alex, he's a Papa Duracell in that screaming smoke detector.
It's my ceilings are really high. I have like 8-foot tall ceilings. I need to get a ladder to get the
it only
like
started,
standing on my chair would not work.
Fun fact, production side, as we were getting started here today, had to laugh about it. We were 30 minutes before show. We're in a preview call. Alex and I are hanging out, and all of a sudden, Alex's mic just starts going. And I was like, Alex, it's broken. The microphone.
I still don't know what's wrong with it. My setup is not the same. I can't hear the game at all right now. I'm just playing, in stealth mode. I'm just playing.
Just having a good time.
No music for me today.
It's
no
fine.
Footsteps.
You got the sound
Don't
of silence.
sneak up on me.
You know what I mean? Hello, darkness, my old friend.
More like hello, silence, my old friend. So.
Yeah, right. So if you use your Sandbox wallet for the POAP, it's on whichever platform you choose. Yes, Mr. Sky Bison 566. Yes, if you were using Venly, then you need to open the Venly website app, and you'll see that that it would be associated with that wallet. So when you do your converting it over to ETH mainnet on the POAP website, then it's going to do the same thing. Because the POAP website, the redemption was up to you. It said, what wallet do we send it to? It was your choice. I assume that you sent it to your Sandbox wallet because the Venly app is what you preferred. So as long as you chose the same one, it should be there just fine.
You can climb the tree. I was like, I could see that there was something up here. Sherlock Detective Snowman.
Can we earn or stake a land on Sandbox? You can stake sand inland in the future to earn something that we don't talk about very often, gems, to go into your assets that you create as an artist. What up, Crypto Jesus? Crypto Jesus, stream sniping real hard. Crypto Jesus smells godly. You know what I mean? Just wonderful. You can tell by the way my character did not take any offense to this. Right here. Oh. Hey! Oh no, he jumped off!
No!
Alright. Heck yeah. Will Alpha Pass have any more use after this alpha is over? It is a collectible item. That is all. There will be other alphas, and it may or may not involve a pass, but it would be different. Not this one. This is the one that says, hey, you'll notice it says November on the pass at the top.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's very specific. It is for this alpha. We are 100% planning more alphas. At least one.
Juan is here.
At least one.
Hi, I filled out the POAP form that day, but I didn't receive an email. Make sure to check your junk mail, please. Because... Yeah?
There were about 20 people who had blocked MailerLite at some point. Whether, not necessarily because of Sandbox. MailerLite services a whole bunch of different companies. So if you had blocked MailerLite in the past, we were not able to send the email to you. I do have a list of all the ones that weren't able to send. It was only 20, and I just not had a moment to email those people individually. There's been a lot going on the past few days, so I can probably send those all out tonight after the stream is over. I don't think there'll be any issue with that. So sit tight if you didn't get those. We also only had 1,000 to give out, and that form closed with about
I think it was like 1,060 or something total. Was the number.
Well, after there were some duplicates in there, so once we kicked out the duplicates, because I checked, I deduplicated the list, and so once we kicked out the duplicates, it was only about 1,012 entries. So we got about 12 people who were not in early enough, and I'm sorry, I don't have a way to generate more POAPs for that, but we're gonna do more cool fun stuff.
So a question comes in that's kind of a mid-level crypto tech question. It says, how come MetaMask doesn't directly hold Matic when you send Matic from another wallet? You have to use Polybridge to move off of ETH network to the Matic network. Any fix for that? Please help. So it's important to understand, Jonathan, that Matic is a layer 2 solution, meaning that the thing you can see, I'm gonna show you this. Can't show you this because then I'm sorry. I would show you, but I don't want to accidentally release information about my crypto wallet to the world because that's a lot of money. But in the top right of your MetaMask wallet, there's a little button that says Ethereum main network or Ethereum network. And if you click that, you can scroll down and you can add another one. There are instructions on the Polygon website for adding the Matic network to your MetaMask wallet so that you can be on the Polygon Matic network when you're using that, right? And so if I go to sandbox.game right now, it pops in a little thing off the side and it says, hey, you're on the wrong network, Joe. You're not on the Ethereum network with your wallet because I'm on the Matic layer 2 network, the Polygon network. So you do have to use Polybridge to get ERC20 tokens that are on the Ethereum network onto the layer 2 network of Polygon if you want to use Polygon and use your ETH on Polygon. But if you bought it on Polygon natively, then you wouldn't have to transfer it. You could do the opposite though. You could buy on Polygon natively and then transfer it out to the Ethereum network as well. So it's mid-level complexity, but lots of guides for you to find that.
Somebody in the chat said, Deadmau5 is a real degen. I believe so. It seems like he's.
Wait, was that not an insult? With us. Was that a good thing? Is that like when I call my friends a nerd?
Yeah, that's. Are you new to crypto?
Sir, I am a bored ape. I am not new to crypto. Yeah. Okay. Excuse me, mutant ape. I don't want to take away from that. Don't want to take away from those folks who got there before me.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in the Mutant Ape Club.
Like,
yeah,
I get
degen's a good thing.
degenning things, but I always felt like degen was the kind of like when you're just like, all right, I'm gonna do a thing that's dumb. You know, that's what I felt like.
I always felt like it was like when like nerds. Like,
well,
we're nerds.
Yeah. But when I do a degen thing, it's like when I go like, you know what? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna do it. Like, money, who needs it? You know what I mean? Degen this.
Yeah, just up the GUI on that transaction.
Just buy things. Yeah, exactly. Like I did that when I got that Adidas piece that they did a partnership with the other day, and I degened that because I was like, all right, 500 GUI rate. Like, I don't even care if I'm on a whitelist. Like, bam, I need it now. I degened that, and that's where I felt like it was like kind of an insult, right? But also like. We talk about like this guy.
It's like a badge of honor.
This guy is like, you remember that meme template that was popular last year where it like showed a person who's like smart and they get increasingly smart until like the entire galaxy brain thing is happening to them?
Yeah.
So I feel like he is full galaxy brain. He's unlocked. He's everything.
He's achieved degen nirvana. And he's here to evangelize for the rest of us.
The highest honor. The highest honor.
Let me see if Lucas has deduped that list here.
All right.
I'm getting too distracted.
Oh yeah.
All right. 961.
User Hey says,
there's just too much to look at.
Did you receive the Adidas NFT? I heard there's a lot of gas required to buy and got no NFT. No, I mean, that's an issue with the network as a whole. When there's a limited supply of a thing that everybody wants, then yeah, I mean, it's first come, first serve, and you have to pay the highest GUI on the ETH main network to get first in line on the ETH network if you want to get a thing. That's the kind of one of the issues with like limited series NFTs inherently, is that people are just going to go like, I want it, I need it, I got it, done, you know? So yeah, gas was high, but also no. Like, it cost me, I don't know, 0.02 ETH for my gas rate because I was in a whitelist instead of in the public, right? But the public one, I think people were paying upwards of 2,000 GUI rate to make sure that they got it. So, you know, you could say it was pretty popular.
Somebody asked if I play League of Legends. I do not. I was a semi-decent Vainglory player for a while, which was a mobile MOBA.
What year?
I actually... What?
I don't even know what that is.
Vainglory? It stopped, I think about like 3 years ago or so, it kind of shut down. They made like community servers, nothing works anymore. All of the skins that I bought are gone. Everybody has access to all the skins, so all the money I paid on boxes to unlock skins, worthless now. And that's why I got into crypto. No.
That's why we love NFTs, baby. What's up?
It's more complicated than that. That's actually what kind of sold me on NFTs was all the items, the cosmetics and stuff I was buying anyway. Even if the game shuts down, they're still around in some form or another. Because really, anybody can, when you're on these platforms, you don't have to be the developer of that game to use those NFTs in a way. Like, I mean, there is IP, there is a limitation to things, but specifically like what Joel was saying earlier, those heads are GLTF files on a decentralized server.
Yeah.
Should everything else with Deadmau5 shut down, those files are still up there on the IPFS servers, Interplanetary File System, which is a decentralized storage thing. I'm not going to get into all that nerd stuff. So,
do it.
But like we were talking about using the Alpha Pass as a gating tool to your land. Use other NFTs. You know, you can have something that you minted on OpenSea be the gate to be the gate to your land. You can have some Ubisoft skin be the gate to your land if you want, whatever suits your fancy. And the bridging tools that we're making are designed so that way any group can set up their bridge. So there's possibilities for these things to live on, indefinitely. It's just a really cool idea. So while the main Vainglory servers shut down and they left it open for the community to run the games, all the effort that I'd put in, and not just money. I mean, there was stuff that you had to win, like through hard gameplay and stuff. And I have no access to those things anymore. All the effort that I put in to unlock certain characters, special like limited time only holiday event things, like they're gone, and it's disappointing because I put a lot of my life into that game. It was a lot of fun for me, and I miss it. And I have a giant tattoo of it on my shoulder. Not giant. It's a reasonably sized tattoo on my shoulder, and that's actually where my username comes from. Sort of. It's a pun based on one of the characters from there. So, like that game had a lot of impact for me, and it's dead basically forever. So this is why we like. This is why we like crypto
stuff. I mean, the interesting thing is too, like when you think about how NFTs can work in a modding culture, right? Like we have a lot of people who do that for a game like Skyrim or something. They got a whole group of modders. They want to make all these cool things. They want to do this stuff. So if you had NFTs and we came to a situation, let's say, you bought a bunch related to these Deadmau5 assets or something, and you wanted to make a game, well, now you can just directly import that. So, you can take it and use your skills to make a game that's with these assets, all of the assets. It doesn't have to be one. It can be all of them, interoperable, as long as you put in the work to make that work for you.
People say they want to see the tattoo. I don't know if I can. Yeah. It's the logo from the game. Which was pretty cool. A lot of people got it like on their arm. It's like a hey, Cody knows what I'm talking about. Cody says Vainglory was so much fun.
The question comes in, what is the trick to getting land in a land sale? 5 tricks typically are the case. I don't know if this has changed much. I haven't been in a land sale for like the last 3, but
yeah, me neither.
I'm
too old for that now.
Yeah, right. Oh man, it's so inconvenient to get this amazing piece of land. I'm gonna be there next time because I got a whole bunch of sand racking up right now from staking my sand baby. Excited. But the tricks are basically all things that you could do to optimize your system. Restart your router before a land sale, like 30 minutes before, so that you're sure that it can turn on. Sid, if you want to get up here, just jump on the tree over here. This tree, right here. This tree. Oh no! You fell down, no! Anyway, so then, turn your computer off and back on again. Clear your cache on your browser so you only get relevant data. Those are like the core ones. And then the other ones are make sure you're actually logged in. Because I've done that before, where I wasn't logged in during a land sale. Make sure you're logged into your wallet, because your MetaMask wallet will automatically log you out now after like 3 minutes. So you're going to want to make sure you're logged in before the sale. Though. I mean, it's a good thing, but you have to check it right before it goes live so that you can have the best possible chance.
Right. When you want to smack that buy button so hard, but then
that's right.
MetaMask was like,
you can't
type in your password,
get that money,
and it's gone.
Yeah, exactly. You only have that like 1 second of time to get that done. So I'm a hacker, man. This is what I do. No! Is there an invisible wall here? I'll kill you. Oh, it's not. I can't believe you've done this.
Oh.
So.
I fell into an area that I was in before. I didn't realize there was a hole in the ceiling.
Right. Chain Reality says, and melt some ETH. I agree. Also, that would be one of the pro tips. There's a very off chance that you and another user halfway around the world click on the same land at the same time. And if that is the case, and you both get an opportunity to try to buy it, person with the higher gas rate wins. So that's another tip.
Yeah. All right. So we have the winner, but
right.
I wanted Joseph to finish his tips. So, Addy Plan B from
Twitch.tv.
Is it Twitch?
Yeah.
Yes, Twitch.tv is the winner of the 8th Santa Wizzy hat, 2021 edition. So yeah, the plan for the hats, there will be other hats next year, but they're going to be different. We're gonna mix it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, each these hats are going to get reinvented each year, and I would like to make them as unique as possible, to really cement in the fact that you got a special item for being here this year.
I like it. It'll be like those New Year's Eve glasses that just keep changing every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, except there's not, 2 million of them manufactured in some factory.
Exactly. There's just 10.
What?
There's
What?
just 10.
What? Somebody disappeared into the floor right in front of me. Nice.
Okay, can
There's
anyone
no snowman
stake
in here,
sand?
though.
1 second, question here. I'm going to get this. Can anyone stake sand, or do you have to be a landowner or Alpha Pass holder? I have sand. I want to stake, but I don't own land. You don't have to own land, actually. When you stake, you put an equal portion of either Matic sand if you're staking on Polygon, or ETH sand if you're staking on the Ethereum mainnet in the liquidity pool. So if you need to know where to go to find that, QuickSwap liquidity pool is the one for the Polygon Matic, and then the Uniswap is the option that we have for the liquidity pool for the ETH mainnet. But you just take that sand and the equal portion of the ETH, or the equal portion of the Matic, and you get a liquidity provision token. And that's a representation of how much you have in the total liquidity pool for people to be able to trade on the decentralized network to get more sand if they wanted it, right? So yeah, once you have that token, then you go back to sandbox.game and you click stake. Equal value in US dollars, Unrest asks. So super important, equal value in US dollar. What happened, Alex? What's going on there?
Oh, somebody was asking about my, or telling me about my smoke detector. I know. It started while we were live.
Yes.
It was not doing this 2 hours ago, and I got stuck behind this robot.
I see TR Dirty Dan down there, Vox House, TJPR,
Dirty Dan,
K Felony, Touche, Cosmo Grog down there dancing on the floor, Game Dizzy, Stream Snipe. Beat
yes,
Junkie.
you can unstake at any point you want.
Yes, absolutely.
Which is actually easier now that we're on Polygon, because it used to be expensive to do that.
Yeah. Now
on
it's cheap.
mainnet,
Like less
you're
than a
paying. You're paying like $50 fees on mainnet anytime you want to stake or unstake.
Yeah.
But if there's something going on and you're like, I need that sand real quick, you're paying like a penny to withdraw. So it's a lot more affordable.
Wonderfully cheap.
All right, I dropped the link for the next giveaway in the chat. We're only leaving this one open for 2 minutes. You hear that, Lucas? 2 minutes. Go grab that link. Let's go. Joseph is really quiet.
I'm very quiet because I just see this direct message that came in from Deadmau5. Just excited about the alpha. Just saying that it was cool. And I just wanted to let him know that this is literally the most engaging crypto interview I've ever had. Because most people have no idea. Have no idea about the space. They're coming in, they're enjoying it, they're just learning about it, just getting started. And once again, he's so far down the rabbit hole, it's wonderful. It was a wonderful conversation. I could talk to that man for years about it, and very down to earth. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, if you're just joining us, at the top of this stream, we had an interview with Deadmau5. And Joel was a fantastic interview, very insightful. A lot to learn in a very short amount of time, but if you're just getting started in crypto or you're just learning about it, you definitely want to go check out that. So rewatch this, scroll back at the end of the show, and you can absolutely enjoy that. Is there a way to find the value of one Sandmatic LP token? Not currently.
Not reliably.
There is a tool that does it for the Ethereum network, but also
the
important information is actually, I'll go ahead and show you this because it doesn't affect my wallet at all. But the important thing is the share. The share. You see the share percentage here? Is your share of the pool. So y'all have a certain number of tokens that you've locked. Full disclosure, my portion is about $100,000, and that resulted in 13,655 point something LP token. So do the math on that if you'd like to figure out what one is worth. You know, I mean, what is that? That's like $5, $7, something like. Or
and that's how many years of smart trading decisions, starting with like what, $700?
Yeah, $700 in 2016. So, you know,
that's a good APR
see you in
there.
5 years. You know what I mean? Let's see you guys in 5 years.
Taking a stake in your brain power.
Yeah, just it does take time. You do have to pay attention, but this is a great way to earn income. Sand was actually a very large portion of that.
Oh.
And frankly, I wish I would have just held sand longer, because I've told this story before, but I used to have 330,000 sand tokens. You know what I mean?
It hurts every time you say that.
Yeah, sorry, that's a couple million right now. And I sold them when I had made like 40% profit or something on it. And I was super happy about it. But
it's not a bad return.
Not a bad return.
It's not a bad return.
Time. I mean, I did great on it, you know, and it was putting faith in us and myself and the work that we were doing and are still doing. And then I was like, yeah, I've made a lot on this. Like, I feel good about this. I'm going to switch it over to ETH, you know, and just hold that. And then it's like, you know, you
to the moon.
Well, we're looking back now, you know what I mean? We're looking back now. But I'm as you can see on your screen, I'm earning sand right now because it's a good deal. I mean, look at the APR on this. It's fantastic. You know, you get a good portion of the share, and you can use it in all sorts of things, from assets on the marketplace to land itself to in the game. When people start publishing those games, you betcha I'm gonna pay a sand to go play your game or whatever it is, whatever you want to charge. Right? So yeah, I mean, you know, you gotta have some fun. You gotta have some fun out here. At least it's not like the people who bought pizza with their Bitcoin. That's right. Most of my sand went to good places.
Oh man,
no,
I've seen an interview with that guy, and he's like, "I'm fine with it." I'm like, "How are you fine with that?"
No. You have to be fine with it. It's like it's literally called Bitcoin Pizza Day. Thank you, sir. You know
that's
I mean?
true. Yeah.
Like, you started everything by buying that pizza. I mean, that's legend.
Oh man.
I think I'd be more disappointed if I was that music artist, I don't remember who they are, and please don't even mention their name just for reasons, that declined taking Bitcoin for like payment for their concert, right? Like, for me, I think it was like, I don't know, 20k Bitcoins or something, and they were like, no. You know, like, look at that now. You know what I mean? Look back now. Look at you. You know? Connor D says, in 2016, I was not even aware of all this. How did you get to buy sand back in 2016? Well, Connor D, actually, sand didn't exist until August of 2020. In which case, you know, once it did come out, it launched, and we expected it to probably launch and be worth 2 cents. And then it launched and it was worth 8 cents, and everybody was like, oh my gosh, we're doing great, people love us and they trust us and we're ready to get going. And, you know, and then over time it trickled down to about 3 cents, I think was the bottom all time. And then, you know, we had utility. The community said, hey, let's make sure that land can only be bought with sand. And what's up, Dirty Dan?
At a fixed value.
Yeah, exactly. Like 1011 sand was determined way back then. Once the community said, cool, like, we have sand, now let's put it to work. And we found lots of different partnerships. You know, you could, when the Rev token came out, you could use sand to purchase Rev, like, as their launch party, and that's another Animoca Brands partner, right? I mean, we're all part of that same network. And so there's been so many different things that have increased the usability and the value of sand therein over time, that it sounds like, you know, well, I have a lot now, and certainly I do, but also didn't buy sand in 2016. Back then, I was working with ETH and some other tokens, just some that don't even exist now, you know? And like I spent my time taking my risks and doing my things that I was like one time
learning.
Fun fact, yeah, exactly. Like everybody has to make mistakes, right, to learn. And I remember one transaction where I bought a thing because I was like, man, I'm super smart and this one's gonna take off to the moon. And then in 30 minutes I lost 5 ETH worth of money because it just came out and went and I was like, but if I left it in I would have lost like 10 ETH. And like back then ETH was worth way less, but still it was like you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean there's always live and learn, you know what I mean? Live and learn. Live and learn. I had to meet a random guy and trust him money for a week to get my 3,000 BTC. Hey guys, wanted to ask for a long time. If you buy one NFT asset and use it in your minted game, and after a period of time you decide to unmint/burn that game, would it be possible to use that one NFT in another game? Yes. So there are two different kinds of technology behind our NFTs. The ERC-721 is the land token, and that serves as a wrapper that holds all of your other NFTs. So all these assets that are inside this game right now, some of them are NFTs, including, I believe, all of the snowmen. You know, as we walk up to them, it'll say view it in the marketplace. Let me see if there's a snowman in this room over here. Probably not.
Yeah, the exact I believe we're also working on something called a game token, which is like the game logic.
Right.
And I don't have a lot of details that I can share on that right now, but basically your game logic, your land, and your assets all get wrapped together into like basically like an OpenSea bundle. And that is what gets put on the map for people to play. And it's pretty easy without burning anything and without doing a whole lot of stuff to update the game logic. So you will be able to push updates to your game. You will have to unwrap it and rewrap it if you need to add new assets or if you want to take assets out. Say you want to like sell the asset or something. So there will be stuff involved with that. But on Polygon, the fees are not going to be that painful.
Less than a penny right now. It's great.
Yeah.
So JWolf finishes, says, can you drop the NFT as many times as you want in your game if you own it? Yes. So if you own, let's say you buy this Chaplin Filmmaker Snowman asset, if you have one NFT, that just needs to be wrapped inside the land. But in terms of development design, you can place it 7, 8, 9, 10, 100 times. It doesn't matter inside your game. So if you go buy on the marketplace a tree that somebody designed, this tree, these trees right here that I can walk through, LOL. Secrets. If you purchase one of these trees, you could place it all over your map to make a forest. But you'll only consume the one NFT in that experience when it's wrapped, right? And once again, you can unwrap it to get that NFT back if you want to use this tree in a different game and not the game you were using it in before.
Man, I only have 38 out of 58 snowmen so far, and I'm running out of ideas of where else to go. I feel like more of these houses can be dropped into through the chimneys, and I'm not sure.
Chelios10 says, if you're using an asset in the sandbox and somebody mints it after a while, what happens to it in your game? Does it disappear? You would have to replace the asset or purchase it because the artist does still have the rights to their work. So it's just something to consider, that the ones that are published by the Sandbox game are going to be more like just general public, always you can use it in your experience kind of arts. But even those that are created by some of our team artists, they're still, and rightfully so, they have the ability to choose to mint those and say, hey, I'd like to have only, whatever number of copies available to the public. And if you love them as an artist, if you love their work, if you love their art, play to earn some sand, buy their art. It'll be, it's not too big of a problem.
Most of my sand has gone towards artwork.
Yeah.
I have way more value in Sandbox NFTs than I do in Sand.
If you look at Alex's OpenSea wallet, which by the way I have, and wow, I think Alex is either buying or minting an art asset like 3 times a day. It feels like, I swear to you, I was
not that often.
I don't know, man. I was trying to find your alpha pass in your wallet the other day just because, like, and it was like, this thing came out last week, and he's got like 100 things before it that are all like voxel assets that were created inside with the VoxEdit tool, you know?
Because we did the alpha asset sale, so there was a whole ton of stuff that I was like, buy.
See?
As I've been, I feel bad because I have not been able to pay as much attention to all of the artists in the Creator Fund, because we started out, like, there was a core group of us, about like 40 to 50 artists for like almost 2 years. And I saw everything that they did, because I used to be the person, it's got a style now, but I used to be the person reviewing everybody's assets. So I saw everything that went on the marketplace. Yeah. And in my brain, I'm going, I'm going to want to buy that. Yep. I'm going to want to buy that. Yep. I'm going to want to buy that.
Gonna need it.
And
yep.
Yep. and so those items, you know, they didn't go up for sale for like another year or two, but I'm like, oh, in the back of my mind, I'm like, when that item goes on sale, I gotta get it before anybody else does, because I don't have early access to buy those items. Yep. You know, they go up for sale, and I have to compete with everybody else to get items. So you know, it's a struggle, but now we've got over 200 artists, and they're making like, let's see, 200 times 10. They're making like close to like 1,500 to 2,000 assets a month all together, all the artists total. And I don't have the time to, you know, check them all out. But when I do see those sales go live, I'm like in there like browsing,
it's like Pokemon,
can I afford that? Do I have to unstake that? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it's like open up Pokemon cards.
The question comes in and says, if you are displaying NFTs on a minted game experience, are the displayed NFTs also wrapped inside the land if they're non-Sandbox asset art, for example? So no. The other NFTs that you have that are like displayed from OpenSea. Wait, you could just climb that? Fire is showing me secrets over here. Fire's like, hey,
wait, what? Oh, that's where I found earlier. That's the Sherlock Holmes one.
Oh.
That's when I started cackling, because I'm like, ha ha ha, I can climb the tree.
It's a mystery. So, but yeah, so the OpenSea assets that you see, like when you look on the main hub and you see, like the, what do you want to call it? The Bored Ape. Let's say the Bored Ape one that we have prominently featured with the laser eyes, right? We're just pulling that data from OpenSea, and so when you click on those, you can see who the originator was or the artist that created it. You can see the person who currently owns it, and so, but that doesn't relate to in the same way that we're talking about wrapping 1155 tokens. So all these assets that we have inside the game, those are the things that get wrapped inside the land.
Yeah, so what I'm looking at here is why are there people speaking Thai? Probably because it's like the middle of the day.
Wait, what?
On that side of the planet. What?
Oh,
what?
Nothing. I'm
Okay.
reading the feedback from the ambassadors as we're working here. It seems like a user, which I will not point out your name, tried to submit multiple times.
You know who you are.
If you attempt to submit multiple times in the form, you're immediately disqualified, and you have been. So just know that it didn't help you. It actually made it impossible for you to win. We want to be fair to everybody who's hanging out here. We got 670 people just between Twitch and YouTube and Facebook, and we've got, you know, I think over 100 over on Twitter and the DLive and the Theta. We got those platforms up. So if you're trying to cheat the system, it's not going to work. Just know that.
All right, so for our last roll here, Keeper Top Shot says there are 14 snowmans after the Squid Game. Have you checked that out? I missed the last jump on Squid Game, so I need to go back there.
Oh,
that's
no.
probably that's most of the ones I'm missing, and I totally forgot that I didn't get past the Squid Game because I found the secret all bright white room that people were tweeting about, and I was like, oh, hey, I found it, and then I just totally forgot about Squid Game. Okay, so we are ready to roll here with 823 valid entries from people who did not try to game the form.
Hackers, dude.
Pull the roll out here. 8, 2, 3, and roll. 93 is the number. Lucas is going to track that down, and then I'll double check that they have not won previously. All right. So yeah, somebody pointed out that it is noon, or around noon, depending on which time zone you're in Asia. So that probably explains why we get a lot of people from the lovely Thailand here. I don't have a easy setup to translate right now without just copying and pasting into Google constantly. So I'm sorry. If you're asking me questions, I don't know what they are. But we are happy to have viewers all around the world. We have employees in almost every time zone of the world. I haven't double checked to make sure, but I know that I have been on calls almost every hour of the day. I've had meetings at 4 a.m. and just it's wild being here in the Sandbox and being is it Lucas who's advocating for the Metaverse time zone where we can just sync up all of our clocks? And I'm saying if we do a Metaverse time, no daylight savings time. I hate that so much. It's so confusing when we switch, and daylight savings time switches at different dates in different countries, and it's the worst. I hate it. I hate it. I don't hate a lot of things. I hate daylight savings time. And I hate smoke detectors with dying batteries.
Smoke detectors.
No, with dying batteries.
Oh,
with dying,
okay.
Yeah. You gotta specify.
Smoke
Detectors are good. They're a good invention. When the battery starts dying and you're in the middle of doing something and you have to go get a ladder to replace it, it's a little frustrating. Okay, Squid Game. I don't remember where the Squid Game is. It's by the river, right?
Dude?
The what?
The otaku snowman, dude. Did you find him?
I don't remember.
You're a hacker. It didn't matter what he answered, folks. I was going to call him a hacker.
I don't even remember where he is. Because I'm only like halfway reading the stuff, because I'm also reading the chat.
Yeah. I'm trying to read the chat. I'm trying to read the in-game chat. I'm trying to do this dance. This little... I called it a dance. I actually meant this jump puzzle. Can I just jump around this? No. Dang it. Tried to cheat. Wait, you can totally cheat that. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. I'm going to do that. I'm going to cheat that.
This is where I just came from. I felt like Squid Game was around here somewhere.
Alex, it's just go behind the stage. On the left, there's a waterfall. You can just go through.
I think that's where I am.
Great. Yeah, just go through the waterfall and then walk forward on the left side. Yeah. Let me get these questions going on. We got any more questions? Who was 93? Who was 93? Here we go.
Oh, hey. We know that name. Let me double check one. Let me double check something.
Okay.
Let me double check something.
Okay. This user's a regular.
Okay.
This is a regular.
And we were just talking to this person. Keeper Top Shot from Twitch.
Hey, what's up?
Keeper Top Shot, you just won a Santa Wizzy hat. Congrats.
Did they change this level?
I think they updated a couple things because there were some specific spots, like how I said I died when I fell in the Squid Game. Oh, it was through here, right?
Oh yeah,
through the mind-bending room here.
Right, left.
There we are.
Right, left. Right.
Because I never made it to the Squid Game before.
Right. What up? Thanks, gamers. You guys are cheaters, dude. I can't believe you would cheat like that. You know what I mean? What kind of person would just read the chat to get the right answer? What kind of person would do that? Live on Twitch.tv, YouTube, Facebook, DLive, Theta, and Twitter.com/TheSandbox.
Sorry, Joseph.
Well, what happened?
Sorry, Joseph. We can't all just guess random combinations of things like you can.
First of all, your accusations are ridiculous. Secondly, your point of fact on record here on Twitch.tv is hilarious. Wow. So
I have no idea what you're even saying.
I don't know what I'm saying either, Alex. I'm just letting words fall out of my face as I usually do right here on these streams. You know, the winner name, Night Draken, was Keeper _ Top Shot over on Twitch.tv. They were the winner of the last contest.
And that is all the Santa Wizzy hats for 2021.
Woo!
They will be back next year.
New version, unique,
New version.
looking different, feeling fresh, but a nice little annual surprise. My flats, thank you. They said enjoy your break, Alex and Joe. I appreciate you. Thank you for
Thank you.
recognizing that people are valued, and we value you as well. I'm really having a good time. I could do this all the time. I want to leave as a note before we get going. Alex is probably going to play this until the sun comes up because he's going to want to get every one of those snowmen.
I think I'm close to getting all of them if they're just at the end of all this. Is there anything down this way?
My note for you is I'm thinking about doing a late show. Okay? It's
the late show?
It's late for many of you. It may be even early because it's so late. But
look at all these snowmen.
A consistent late show where Alex, of course, unfortunately, won't be able to join us because Alex is a busy person. Alex is on vacation now, so he's hanging out with us in all of these streams, going the extra mile for you. Thank you, Alex. And
thank you for having me.
go to the camera.
Beep.
Take a photo.
I feel like not all of these people gave me.
But the
Am I not?
anyway, so if I do a late show, it's going to be programmatic content coming up 5 days a week. It'd be at this same time. So, you know, we'll be hanging out, be having fun at this same time. I just have to get it approved by that marketing team, but I think we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So, let's go. Let's go.
Whoa, look at those glasses! What?
What? Is
What?
it? What?
Look,
I
let me get the camera just right. I gotta
Don't
get the
believe
camera
you've
just
done
right.
Oh, it's like a little Steve Jobs.
Yeah, but the detail. I mean, like, I know how to do it, but just
Yeah.
how well they pulled it off. Look at all that detail. If you can see it.
Yeah.
I can't really show the edge of my screen too well.
Like
so
really circly. Real circly. More interviews than Connor D. You know, you probably. To be honest with you, there was supposed to be another interview this week, but it's very hard to get these people arranged, worked out.
We're not going to talk about that one.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's tough to get people who are internationally known, you know, busy folks in on these calls. But hey, we're making it work, and hopefully we can get that back and coming back for you. Otherwise, we can hang out with special guests pretty much all the time, anytime. You know, and I just like hanging out, just like chilling.
Sandow. Nice. I like that.
So the thing is, Draxus, we were trying to get connected with you and get you in on this live stream, you know what I mean? But we just couldn't do it. Tried to connect with your people, you know? There was a lot of things to arrange. Your people were like, hey, bro, like, busy right now. And so we understand. We're going to respect your time, you know? Having a fun time with it anyway. Alex.
What's up, Joseph? What's up?
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah.
You missed a room by the boxing ring.
Boxing ring. I think I've been there before.
See, there we go.
Keeping track the whole time.
Traxxas says, sorry guys, I appreciate you, you know? Maybe one day, you know, you'll drop a new remix or something. Hang out. Grayson Slade, thank you. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas for those people who are celebrating Christmas. If you're celebrating a holiday anywhere around the world, happy holiday to you. appreciate you. Don't like Monday, but if I get a present, I think it will be the best Monday. Well, I hope you have a good day. Hope you have a good day on Monday. Sampa97 says, give me this beat. This song is a bop. We haven't even got started. Haven't even got started, folks. Jay Wall says it's 11:30 and they're crip walking in their living room eating a ham sandwich.
What secret room?
Folks, Alex is never going to find this secret room, but I appreciate you guys hanging out, enjoying this live. Once again, if you didn't watch the interview at the top of the show, go back, check it out when you have time on youtube.com. It'll be up as soon as this ends. The Deadmau5 interview, a lot of fun, super insightful, actually like making you digging into NFTs, getting into crypto more than you already are if you aren't already all the way in down the rabbit hole. Then had fun. Great time. Happy holidays if you celebrate one right now. Thank you. VoxEdit. I like that. VoxEdit. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
See you later.